If you have let the battery get to a state where it will not power open the front trunk, there is an emergency release cable that runs to the driver front wheel well, red arrow. You will need to remove the front wheel and the wheel well liner to access it. For additional assistance with those tasks, if needed, please follow the link provided at the end of this video. If the battery is dead and you do not need to open the hood right away, you can charge the battery by a battery tender. If you plan on leaving your vehicle unattended for long periods of time, you should install a battery tender into your cigarette lighter. This will keep the charge maintained during periods of inactivity. If you have the non-smoking package, you can plug it into the auxiliary power port located in the passenger footwell, indicated by the red arrow. There are 4 trim panels in the front trunk area. The battery is located under the main panel, red arrow. You do not need to remove the 2 side trim panels, blue arrows, or the front trim panel by the hood lock, green arrow. To remove the main panel, gently pull up on each side by the cutout handles, red arrows. There is a clip on each side of the panel, blue arrow not seen, that's set in cutouts in the chassis indicated by the red arrow. With the front clips released, pull the panel forward, freeing it from the cowl piece, red arrows. Set the panel aside and locate the battery indicated by the red arrow. You will need to disconnect the ground on the battery before you do any further work. Use a 10mm socket to loosen the nut holding the ground on the negative post, red arrow. Once loose, lift up on the ground cable and tuck it away on the side of the battery. You want to make sure it cannot come in contact with the negative post while you are working, red arrow. When you're done with disconnecting the ground and moving it away safely, you may loosen the positive end of the battery. Use a 10mm socket to loosen the nut holding the positive cable, red arrow. There is an emergency tire air pump kit located in front of the battery. We will need to remove the kit and the housing to get access to the battery. To open the kit housing, lift up on the tab on the side of the lid, red arrow. Once open, remove and set aside the air pump kit and the lid. To remove the rest of the kit housing, use a T20 torque to remove the 2 screws on the side of the housing, red arrows. With the air pump kit fully removed, locate the battery crossbar. There are 2 nuts that need to be removed, one in front of the battery, red arrow, and one under the cowl, blue arrow. Use a 13mm socket to carefully remove both of these nuts. You may need a socket extension to access the one under the cowl. Once both nuts are removed, lift up and remove the battery crossbar. There is a battery brace located on the side of the base, red arrow. Use a 13mm socket to remove the screw holding the brace. The battery is now ready to be removed. Move aside and loosen the positive end, red arrow, and use the battery handle to lift the battery up and out. You may need additional help lifting the battery out. It is very heavy. Before installing a new battery, check the base of the battery tray, red arrow, for any debris or fluid and clean it out. Installation is the reverse of removal. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.